Good morning, YouTubers, and welcome to another discussion on the Luk'A'Here Y'all podcast with your host, Miss Trina, where we talk about all things in home care, nursing, and overall companionship in long term care or an in home setting. On today's episode, we're going to be discussing the three facilities that we, as residents, family members, might need in the state of Texas. Texas is a big place, very, very big place. We have enough places to accommodate anyone with mental, cognitive issues. Well, let me say cognitive decline. In other words, dementia, because that's a growing problem here in Texas. And it has been called to my attention about the growing problem of dementia from all the silver alerts that are being that are being placed. Now, if you have watched my podcast before, the first two episodes that I did was called Vanished Voices, the Missing Elderly in Texas. It took 3, 4 days to do research on that, but I did it and I brought it to you. And I brought it to you in a way that would make you think more about wanting to get involved. Now, if that's not what you got out of it, that's what I was putting into it. So if that ain't what you got out of it, this ain't even the podcast for you, baby. Yeah, you can find somewhere else to be. It don't matter to me. But for all the ones that do love nursing like I do, that do love companionship like I do, that do love just helping people in general like I do, this is the podcast for you. Now, with that being started, with that being said, I'm sorry. Let's talk about the three facilities in Texas. I have done my research, sure have, and I'm very much so old school. I write everything down. I'm not tech literate. Please don't ask me to. Please don't ask me to do nothing on no tablet, honey. Type nothing. I know how to write. I'm old school with it. Now, let's get started. The three types of facility in Texas for the elderly and cognitive decline are type A, B, and C facilities. And in this podcast, we're going to cover each and every one, what their uses are, and will that be a good fit for your loved one, your neighbor, community member, or just yourself, you know? So, the overall view of long-term care in Texas is the importance, of the different facility types. Texas has 1,183 skilled nursing facilities, them nursing homes. Those are memory care units. Those are, like I said, type B and type C facilities. And we also have 2,008 assisted living facilities, totaling 3,191 facilities in this great state of Texas of ours. 3,191. Now, with that being said, we have between 80 and 85 of Texas nursing home residents. They all depend on Medicare or Medicaid. Yeah. I mean, that's a given because if they didn't work all their life and they didn't earn their Social Security and they have earned, the retirement account or whatever, the IRA or whatever I don't know how to, let me stop talking. But for that right there, if your family member or friend or your companion or whatever, if you see the need that they need more assistance than what you can give them, by all means, let somebody know. Please let somebody know. Because if they're not able to stay in home with the care that they get, Texas have plenty of facilities where they can be placed, where they can have 24-hour nursing care and be monitored, basically. So the type A facilities that I want to talk about, all the type A facilities are, they designed for independent residents. They cater to the ones that are ambulatory, that are not have been diagnosed with dementia, that are still able to perform their activities of daily living, which is dressing, eating, medication management. And everything in the assisted living is paid for. When I say paid for, that means the services are paid for. Not included, paid for. Everything is paid for except the in-house activities. Yeah. You can wrap your mind around that one. But yeah, go figure. Because let me tell it, all of the elderly need to be able to live for free. Yeah, I said it. I mean, serious. They done made it this long, man. Gonna let them make it. But still let them have adequate care and attention in their lives, in their later days, especially if they've been diagnosed with dementia. They're going to constantly need that person with them. Constantly. If you don't want to have no silver alerts posted out about you. Now, I was a part of a Type B facility. Okay, the Type B facilities that I wanted to talk about are facilities that's designed for residents who require more supervision and more assistance. Okay? Now, these are residents who need help transferring from the bed to the wheelchair, from the wheelchair to the toilet, and vice versa. These are the residents that need to be dressed in the mornings, that need to be coaxed into taking medication, that needs to be coaxed into even eating the meal. You know, you have to have a thick skin, a second skin. Let me say it like that. You got to have a thick skin in order to be able to give effective care to these type people, because in their mind, whatever's going on in their mind is right. It's you that's mixed up. So if you can't bring me back to 2025, please come to 1967 with me. Trust me, it'll be better for everybody. Now, the over 55% of residents in Texas nursing homes or in skilled nursing facilities or in Type C facilities, they have been diagnosed with dementia. That's the reason why they're there. Because some don't have enough family members to actually take their time out to move in with them, live with them, see if they're all right until it's time for them to, peacefully check out of this world. I mean, because that's what everybody wants, to live their life to the fullest until it's over. Now, when a person has been diagnosed with dementia, I have not been diagnosed with dementia, but I have taken care of plenty of people that's been diagnosed with dementia, and I pay attention to detail. So with that being said, when someone is suffering, and I say suffering, if someone is suffering with dementia, then there are facilities that have controlled access, like a memory care wing, where the doors are locked, where they actually, people with wandering issues, that's the part of the facility that they would live in. Yeah, the memory care facility. Now, Type C facilities are so different. Now, the reason why they're different is because I ain't never heard of one until I started doing my research. For real. 32 years in nursing, and I never heard of a Type C facility. But I'm going to tell you what it is. A Type C facility is like adult foster care. These are the facilities that are contracted by the state. They don't have no more than 4 beds, and all of the residents in there have been born with developmental or intellectual disabilities. So that means since birth, they've been housed by the state for whatever reason, it doesn't matter, but they've been housed by the state. So that means, well, I'm not saying housed by the state, but the contracts are through the state, and it's no more than 4 beds, so that each and every client can get individualized care. the care that suits and meets them. Now, sometimes you will find four healthcare workers in that setting, one on one for each resident, or you will find two. Now, if you find two in a facility where there's 4 beds and all of the beds are occupied, baby, you know you got you two good techs on your team. You know you got you two strong home care workers on your team, and you should be proud. Now, the stat for this is Texans over 85 will quadruple by the year 2050. We know that. We really know that. I mean, seriously, we know that. Because people are getting old every day. Every single day. And while that's happening, you know, we still need people. We still need home care workers. We still need people that will step up to the plate and take the initiative and step in and do what's right for family members, or even for strangers, you know? Because you just never know who you would be helping. You never know when you would be helping. It could be an angel. Just go ahead and entertain them. If that's in you, do it. But if it's not, please find somebody that can. Because if that ain't your cup of tea, baby, please don't drink it, because it's not gonna taste good to you. So, with that being said, we're gonna stay vigilant, and we're gonna keep an eye out for our family members and our community members that we notice something different is about. You know, where we notice, and we can bring it to the attention of that person or those family members, you know, when they come to visit. Every little bit helps. You don't have to do nothing big like put up a sign outside your house, I'm the best caregiver in the world, or wear a t-shirt and be like, yeah, I'm that. You know, we ain't got to do all that. We just have to be conscious in our hearts and in our minds to give help to the elderly here in Texas, period. So, like I said, this is what we do here at the Luk'A'Here y'all podcast. Now, you will hear me say Luk'A'Here in a whole bunch of different ways. Now, when I go Luk'A'Here y'all, that means something funny coming. It's something that's happening. But when I say Luk'A'Here y'all, that means I done got all miffed. I'm in my feelings about something, and we finna talk about it. Now, with that being said, this concludes another podcast of the Luk'A'Here y'all podcast with Miss Trina. And this was my take on the 3 types of facilities in Texas. If you guys need any more information, you know you can Google it. But if not, ask me, because I'm nosy. I like to look up stuff and tell people where to go. I really do. And this sun is killing me, so I'm going to do me one better when I So I'm going to do me one better when I control this garage and set up my space better than I do. Because like I said, I'm starting out and I'm new. You know, so, you know, with that being said, my videos, my content will be a little bit better. It won't be no sun shining all on my forehead. It won't be no glare off my glasses. So, you know, it's going to get better. Y'all just stick with me and see what else is coming. But here is my call to action, though, to you guys. Here is my call to action. Notice the need. Feel the need. It's simple as that. Notice the need, feel the need. And y'all have a good day.